How do you want the energy on this one? You want to go
Medium high.
Medium high. All right, like a curry. A nice sofrito. All right, okay, so he's like, what did I get myself into? All right. Hey everybody, good afternoon and welcome back to the ChatGTM podcast. If you're a returning guest and if you're new to our audience, thank you so much for making us part of your day. My name is Michael Beck, your irascible host, and I'm here at the Texas Restaurant Association show in San Antonio, Texas. And you know, some days you get around and you see people you know and go, yep, there they are. Other days you go and you see some people you know, go, I got to spend some time with them and have a conversation. And today is my pleasure and privilege to introduce those of you who don't know him, Dr. James Pogue of JP Enterprises.
That's all right.
Yeah. He is a renowned public speaker. I don't know if he'll ever say that about himself, but I will. He's got some renown. He is somebody that believes in some of the same things I believe by merit of the same places we've been, same halls we've walked. The Prosper Company is one of them that comes to mind, right? That mission of making sure everybody has a chance at that table if they want to have it.
That's right.
Right? And from what I understand about Dr. Pogue's vision and voice is better communication, breaking down walls, making teams work better together.
Making teams work better together. Great leadership, great leader.
Get friction out of the way. Let people do what they do best.
That's it.
How you doing today, Dr. James?
Life is good. You know, I've got very few issues,
Yeah.
and the issues I do have are not worth discussing, right? I mean, so I do have, everybody's got their stuff,
Yeah.
but I get to come to places like this, talk to people in places like this about issues that I think are important.
Yeah.
And for, I don't know, I guess it's been 25, 28 years, I've had the opportunity to do something that if the world were set up differently, I'd do it for free.
That's real passion.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
That's real passion. So before we dig into what you were talking about here today, for the people that don't know you, what's your background? Where have you been that gave you this passion for people and the ability to share this message?
Sure. So 100 years ago, when I was in college,
Way back machine, yeah.
I went to college to be a music major. I wanted to play for the New York Philharmonic or the Boston Pops.
What was your instrument?
I played all the brass instruments at the time. And it's sort of like maybe the best analogy I can think of is going to play football at Alabama.
Yeah.
Right. So I go to a great college for music, Grambling State University, and I'm in the band. I'm doing great things. And I can play with those players, but I'm not better than them.
Okay.
And my instructor was really clear. You got to be better than everybody. You want to play with Boston Pops.
You want to be lead, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I was good enough to play in college, but not beyond. So I had to find something else to do, something that was easier for me. So I chose bio pre-med because I've always liked science and numbers, and it was about helping people. I wanted to be able to help people, but I had a great mentor. And that mentor says to me one day, would you do it for free? Would you go be a trauma surgeon, which is what I wanted to do, for free? And I came back like a week later and said, no. If I'm going to cut people open and try to do what I can do for them, somebody needs to compensate me a little bit. I said, but I would do your job for free. You're helping me. You're helping other people.
So do you think you were doing it for the wrong reasons?
It was that I had not processed in my own head what was important to me, which is being of service. I want to be of service in such a way that whatever it is that I'm doing, I would do it for free. And if I'm thinking you have to pay me, then I'm thinking that's not the right place for me.
It's almost like a compromise.
Yes. I figure I can be very, very good at the thing I would do for free, and I can make a decent wage. I can live a fine life. I can take care of my family. And if I do it right, I can take care of my family generations to come.
That's beautiful. And so today we're at the TRA show. As I was telling you, I was walking by and oh my God, it's Dr. James, right? I'm by there. What was your talk track today? And why is it so important to, I mean, we're in a world right now where 43% of restaurants didn't turn a profit last year. Right? We're in a world right now where people are telling us we either don't like each other, even though we didn't think that in the first place.
That's right. That's right.
We're in a world now where there's a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Yes.
Tell me about what you're talking about today and how that applies to the people that are here.
That's a great question. I like the way you framed it up too. The challenge, and I'm glad they put me in the profit lab, right? Because what I was talking about today.
Is that PROPHET then?
The other profit. We'll take both. But it's about helping organizations make money. I mean, we wouldn't all be here if there wasn't some kind of business angle to it. Right? It's about the business. And so how does my work help the business be successful? We help leaders understand that there's pressure that's out there. There's disruptions that's out there. There's stress that's out there. There's nothing new under the sun. No. There's always a new technology. It was cars. When it was horses, then it was cars. That was a new technology, right? Now it's AI. It's a new technology. Causes disruptions. as does children, as does a new CEO or a merger and acquisition, whether it's tariffs, whatever it is, causes disruption.
Yep.
But here's what we have found. That disruption surfaces fractures in teams, and it surfaces gaps in leadership that already existed, right?
Yep, it amplifies it.
It amplifies it,
yes.
Right? I didn't have poor communication skills just because I'm now trying to articulate our vision around AI.
Right.
I had poor communication skills before.
Going in.
So what I'm helping people to understand is those gaps that are being surfaced cost you money. When your team gets fractured, it costs you money.
Yeah.
So if we can fill those gaps, it saves you money. And if you can create an environment that mimics the disruption before the disruption happens, then you can identify what those gaps are.
Walk me through a little bit of that mimic.
Sure. So imagine if instead of you having to deal with, there's an election coming up, right? Whenever elections happen, especially here recently, there's tension that occurs.
Yep,
right?
both sides are in the building.
That's right. So you can put your leadership team into a lab, into a crucible, where a facilitator shows up and says, all right, the election is happening in 2 months, 3 months. Here's some key questions that people on your team might be asking. How are you going to respond? Do we get the day off to vote? Are you going to pay us if we volunteer? Will you help explain to the 18, 19, 20-year-olds who never voted before exactly what a bond issue is and how that's going to service us as we're trying to build out a new footprint in different parts of the city? Are you going to provide us this education or not? And how are you going to do that? What are the policies, practices, and organizational behaviors that need to exist in order for us to execute on this? That's one example of a disruption. You put that team into that crucible, you turn the heat up, you compress the time, and you make it hard on them.
So is that a discipline that you coach in the businesses you're working with? Is here's the thing you see coming.
Yes.
Prepare yourself, prepare your people, prepare your mind.
Yes.
And be ready for that moment.
That's right. That's right. You have to jump face first into the impossible conversations so that the hard conversations become very easy.
And plus repetition is like boxing, right? You get hit in the face a couple of times.
That's exactly
you know it hurts, but you know you can live through it.
That's right.
Right?
We get good at what we repeat.
Yeah.
Right?
Excellence is what we do every day.
Yes. And if you're going to fail, so better to fail when the consequences are low.
Yeah.
The worst that's going to happen is you're going to fumble around on your words and you're not going to get it right in this session, but then you're going to get better. And then you're going to get better. The example I used on the stage is during COVID, I remember talking to my sister who works on our team about every day I think about firing her. Not because she's a terrible person, but because I have to have the courage to do so. If I can't have that hard conversation with her, why is she on my team?
That means there's a lack of trust.
That's right.
That you don't have the trust that she'll receive the message.
Or I don't have the trust in me.
Yeah.
To be able to deliver it in a meaningful way.
Yeah.
Right? So I've tried to set it up in ways that if I need to have a conversation with her or someone, I have the courage to do so because I may not always have the sophistication.
It feels like that in personal relationships, there's the concept of codependence. Sounds like codependence exists in businesses as well.
100%. As does aversion, right? The number of times that leaders avoid a conversation because it's too hard, it's too tough, it's not the right time. You know, I really want to talk to Billy about his performance, but you know what? His wife is in the hospital again. So you have to find the way, boss. You have to find the way. It's not easy, right? It's impossible to tell Billy his performance is not doing well and he's setting himself up for a performance improvement program when he's on his way back to the hospital because his wife has cancer. That's not easy
to take in.
But these are the kinds of circumstances that exist in all of our businesses at varying levels of intensity.
As leaders of people and leaders of families too. It probably applies across the board.
That's right.
So for JP Enterprises, what is it that you do for companies? I mean, you're speaking here. Is this the same kind of thing, but more in workshop sessions, or how do you work with your clients?
Sure. So one, it can be workshops. We can absolutely go to conferences and things like that and provide some in the moment sort of education that's there. Inevitably, there needs to be follow-up, right? So what we more often do is we contract with organizations to come in and diagnose what their issues are. What are the kinds of disruptions that are creating the fractures? What might be some of those gaps that we need to fill? And once we identify what those gaps are, then we create solutions around it. It can be executive coaching. It can be that sort of crucible work that I mentioned before. We call it a no-nonsense experience. It can be a group and small advisory work. It can be strategic planning, it can be board offsites, but all of it is designed to help the leaders get better at what leaders are supposed to do. Identify the gaps, fill the gaps, and do so with a scalpel instead of a sledgehammer.
Yeah, because that's messy. That's real messy. Dr. Pogue, when we think about this stuff, like I come from a sales background, there's a phrase, buyers are liars. They don't mean to. They're actually just embarrassed of the reality or the truth that they live, right? And so they'll paint a rosy red picture, but they keep asking you more stuff about the thing you're going to solve. It feels like you might be in a situation like that when you come into a company, they know they have a problem, and you're sitting there, when are you going to get to what we really need to talk about? How long did it take you to break through the ice sometimes? Or how do you break that ice?
If you have decided that we're going to be your partner on this, then what you're also have decided is I get to ask you hard questions.
And you have to tell me the truth.
And yes. And if you don't, I'm going to say, is that the truth?
Right.
It wouldn't be the first time if I told somebody, are you lying to me? Because I think you're exactly right. Right? Everybody lies about many things. My job is to, if you are lying to me, talk to me about why. Because maybe it's a good reason for you to lie.
Sure.
I assume there's good reasons to lie every now and again, right? But here, I need you to tell me the whole truth so that we can get to where the situation is.
Yes.
I have found that a large part of our success is in being able to ask the impossible questions at the right time to the right people. There's never a wrong time to ask an impossible question. Right? I just have to deliver it in the best possible way.
Right. Yeah. That's integrity. That's intestinal fortitude.
That's right. That's why sometimes you have to bring somebody from the outside in.
Yeah.
People on the inside have different kind of risk than I do.
And biases.
You brought me in to be able to surface something. Yeah. You brought me in because maybe I can see something. You brought me in because I've been working with organizations to see trends. Right? And those trends may be existing in your organization. And so if I go in to peel back onion layers, and you smack me on the hand, I'm gonna say, okay, well, I don't have to do that. I don't have to peel back those onion layers, but let's be clear.
Right.
I'm not peeling back the onion layers.
Right.
I have not gotten to the issue, and you don't want me to go there.
Right. That's like going to the doctor and hiding where you're hurt.
That's right. That's exactly what it is.
You.
That's exactly what it is.
Dr. Pogue, shifting gears a little bit, we met at the Prosper, I think it was Accelerator Forum. Accelerate.
Mm-hmm.
You've been working with that organization for a while now.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about why you believe and back that business, and why you think it's such a good place.
So their tagline, a better table.
Yeah,
right?
Build a better table.
Build a better table. It's what does better mean, right? Because by itself, it's just a word that's nice and sort of floats out there. But to prosper means all the people, all the opportunities, all the time. And I think that's how it needs to be. Does your brain work well? Then come to the table.
Right.
Does your heart work well? Or is your heart pumping Kool-Aid? Are you ready to go to work? It does? Well, then come on to the table. You have grit and resilience, and come to the table, right? We're all a little broken and a little bruised. Bring that too. Because those broken areas and those bruises are going to help to inform the products that we have and the service that we can give to people. So bring all of that to the table, because all of it is valuable. And not for nothing, over time, we can figure out how to measure those things that are valuable, that are less likely to be measured in today's marketplace.
And like you said, there's nothing new under the sun. And so all these problems might not be as big as some people feel they are, because you and other folks in Prosper have uncovered ways to fix that and bring people together. Right?
That's exactly it. And when they do come together and you meet people that you didn't know before, from a different part of the country, or speak a different language, or enjoy different food or different adult beverages, or none at all, you learn something about them, you learn something about yourself. And that helps to make us all richer. I mean, the best food is complicated and interesting.
Yes, it is.
Some of the best adult beverages are complicated and interesting.
Yes, they are.
We were talking about Latin dance.
Some
of the best dances are complicated and interesting.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Especially when you get into some choreography and things that are going on.
That's right. And the mistakes are where you have great fun.
You know it is.
Tried to make some lasagna, threw some new stuff in there, and that tastes like trash. My friends might say to me. Same thing happens in dance. Same thing happens in leadership. But we have to have the integrity, the courage, and the sophistication to bring it up in a timely fashion, right? At the right time, at the right place, so that we can all get better.
So this is like when you cook with a friend or a companion, those moments where you're having samples and tastes and see if you're going the right direction.
Yes. Am I going in the right direction?
That's right. Look at me in the eye. Are we doing this right?
That's right.
Absolutely love it.
That's right.
So we're here today. We're at the TRA show. What brought? Is this just because it's Texas, or what's it with the TRA that you like?
Yeah. So the leadership is phenomenal. I mean, the work that they've been doing over time. I mean, I am excited about the work that they've been doing. I was sharing with some people earlier that there's a clear agenda that TRA has, and they are driving that agenda. Right?
I had no idea the advocacy layer they have.
Oh,
right?
my goodness.
Yeah.
And they're good at it.
Yes.
And they're good at it. You talk about a place that is, from an advocacy perspective, politically complicated, right? How do you keep winning in a place so politically complicated as Texas?
Right.
You better be good at your job.
Absolutely.
Right? You better be bilingual from the perspective of I can talk on both sides of the aisle and no aisle at all.
Yep.
This is about winning. This is about success. This is about representing restaurants and restaurant leadership and restaurant workers and the entire ecosystem of the restaurant space, food and hospitality, in a meaningful way.
Yeah.
And the team here is unbelievable.
Wow.
And that's part of what drives me to come to a place like this, because we're aligned.
Yeah.
I like winning, and I like winners,
Yeah.
and they got a lot of them.
I love it. I love it. And I know you have other things to get to, but I'm a little bit greedy for a little bit more of your time. As far as thinking about the world, where the world is today, right? No fences, no sides, right? Where do you think people are missing it and just walking around all day long? Where are they missing it?
I'm going to take part of the word you just used, which is fences.
Yeah.
There's that quote, great fences make great neighbors.
Yeah.
And most people know that part, but they misunderstand perhaps the context.
Yeah.
He was being sarcastic when he said that.
Right.
He was not saying that we should have great fences.
No.
He was saying that we
Boundaries,
shouldn't.
yes. Yeah.
He says that those fences get in the way. You're right. It's good to have healthy boundaries.
Yeah.
I don't deal with people, or I won't go someplace if they're doing this.
Yeah.
Right. If you drink too much, I don't go to your house, for example.
Yeah.
On the other hand, how did I find out you drink too much? Because we didn't have a fence.
Yeah.
Because I went to your house.
Yep.
You like soccer and I can't stand it, but I came and watched the World Cup with you to try to understand what's going on.
Yep.
The other piece about fences is we have to have the courage to offend other people.
Yeah.
Right? And we have to have the grit to withstand offense when it comes.
Yeah.
If I'm talking with somebody and they offend me, purposefully or accidentally,
This is a good one.
right?
Yeah.
I have to well, why did that happen?
Seek
It's
to
not-
understand.
Yeah, it's not because you're a terrible person.
Yeah.
You just didn't know that those words in that order scratched me,
Right.
right? Or
Right.
you didn't know that my mom has Parkinson's and you said something a little snarky.
Or you thought
about,
it was funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
You had some kind of Michael J. Fox joke or something
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
You didn't know. So I have to have the courage to push back and say, hey, you didn't know this, but my mom fill in the blank.
Right. Right.
We have to risk being offended in a time when things are difficult. We have to have the courage of our convictions to say what we need to say and risk offending the people that we like and love, or sometimes strangers.
Yeah.
And for those of us that are a little longer in the tooth and have more sophistication, access to more words, and have failed many, many, many times,
Yeah.
those are the ones of us that have to be the most offensive to others. We have to risk it. I'm not coming at you to come at your throat. I'm
Right.
coming at you because I really want to talk about this issue.
Right.
I want to beat up the idea. And I need to be able to do that in a sophisticated
We
way
can
that
have a
doesn't beat
debate.
you up. Yeah, we can debate about the issue
Yeah.
without me beating you up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why God made sandwiches and beer, so we can go do that afterwards,
I love that.
right? But we should be able to beat up the idea and risk offending one another in order to be able to grow and be successful.
I love that. I absolutely love that. We're going to be speaking next. What's your next? What's your next?
That's a good
appearance?
question. I am headed to Atlanta for a finance conference, AACUC, African American Credit Union Coalition.
Okay.
They have a great conference.
Really?
Look, all I'm saying is
There's some dancing coming up.
the after party is on fire. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And I'm making sure that my salsa is on point because there's two people there. They talked about me last year because my salsa was too basic, like muy básico.
Wow.
However,
Muy básico.
I've been working for the last 9 months to get myself up to average.
Okay.
I am officially a slightly less than average salsa dancer.
Do you watch your tapes, like sports reels?
Brother, look,
I figure you
how
do.
else am I going to get better?
I just want to make sure.
I need to understand.
Radical candor with yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was practicing with somebody last week, and she hit me in the face with her elbow.
Were you in the way, or was she doing the right thing?
I had to go back to the film.
Okay.
Go to the tape.
Now we're back at the World Cup.
And as it happens, my face was where it should not have been.
Okay.
So that's just how that goes.
Okay.
So, but yes, I'll be talking there about any number of things, but the work that I'm doing is around helping AACUC, this organization, develop its blueprint for the next 3 to 5 years. So I'm interviewing a bunch of CEOs of billion-dollar credit unions and others to get their sense of where they think this organization needs to go. And I'll be pulling that information together, building out the blueprint, and then providing them my advice and consults on what the infrastructure that is necessary to make it happen.
Kind of badass. I love that. And then we have. Are you gonna be at Prosper or Accelerate speaking?
I'll be
year?
at Prosper at the
Orlando.
Orlando at the end of August.
Then August? Yeah,
middle of August, and then I'm going to Columbia.
Okay.
And then I'll be back in Dallas for Prosper Accelerate.
Fantastic. Well, we'll have to do a follow-up when we get to Orlando.
Yes, yeah. I will give you my harsh grading of myself and how everything went.
Okay, I definitely want to know. So, and if people are interested, or there's an organization that's watching, go, man, we could use some of Dr. Pogue's magic. What's the best way to get a hold of you?
JP Enterprises is the name of the company.
Okay.
You can find us or find me at jamespogue.com. POGUB.com.
JamesPogue.com.
Yes.
Love it.
Fourth wall. JamesPogue.com.
Look at that. That was like a Deadpool moment. Absolutely love it. Dr. Pogue, I'm going to call you James on this one.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
it's an honor. It's an honor. Absolutely. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us today with Dr. Pogue. I don't have to even paraphrase any of this stuff. You get it. This is horse sense, smart stuff, things we should all be doing. And I love it comes from somebody's heart that would do it, even if they weren't paid to, because that means he's doing it for all the right reasons. And so for more content like this, please join Dr. Pogue's journey. Go to JamesPogue.com?
JamesPogue.com.
JamesPogue.com. Do you want to mess that up? Or check in at the Prosper Forum, Prosper Accelerate content to see him in action and live, because I tell you what, this isn't doing justice to all the flavor that he brings when he's on stage and when he's talking, and in the middle, the jokes, the smiles, and everything else, it all comes together in a beautiful way, like a great dance. So for now, the ChatGTM podcast, signing off with Dr. James Pogue. We'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, random acts of kindness, sprinkle that stuff everywhere, because there's not enough in the world. And just like James over here doing the Salt Bay with it, he made my day great. So thank you so much. We'll see you guys in the next one.